Great. Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Lenox Board of Selectmen Wednesday, November 3rd meeting at 6 p.m. in Town Hall. I've got a couple of announcements from the chair. I'd like to thank Darlene McCauley and everyone at the Community Center for the great job they did on Trunk or Treat last Friday night for everybody with a Halloween celebration. It was really fantastic to see hundreds of people in town. It was crazy. There were 21 businesses in town that participated. I made it my job to go around and thank everybody for participating. It was just so great to see all the smiling faces on the kids. It was just incredible. It made you feel like things might be getting back to normal a little bit.
I heard it was really great.
And DPW and the community center, the police department, the fire department, they all had great displays at Trunk or Treat. It was really fun. It was really, really great. I also would like to announce that the Zoning Board of Appeals still needs a permanent member. And so anybody out there who'd like to volunteer for the town and dig into that sort of responsibility, we could really use your efforts on behalf of the town. We also still need a Berkshire Regional Transportation Authority representative. And if anybody would like to entertain that, I'd be happy to speak to them about it. I've been the rep for the last 2 years, and I'd love to convert that responsibility to someone else. So, you know, again, we can always use some new people in town coming to the fore to participate and provide their opinions and their input on behalf of the town of Lenox.
Can I just add to that a little bit?
Absolutely.
And this is something where Jen might be able to help us out, because I think that position with Berkshire Regional Transit, it's a very important position, because, and I think it can help the town of Lenox as far as Cramwell's, the B&B, everybody that's looking for help all the time in transportation for that help. And I think if somebody from one of those type of places was to step forward, it would help them out a lot,
right?
In that regard. So if you could put something out to every, to those people, we'll get the details of it. Yeah.
I actually, I'm glad that Mary Beth and Ed mentioned that. I have a couple of names from among your membership that I had in mind, but I'm happy to discuss with you offline. I think that's a really good idea, given the value of transit for employers.
Sure. Yeah, somebody from Canyon Ranch or Miraval or Crapala would really be ideal. That would be terrific. Thanks. Thank you for that. I would entertain the acceptance of minutes from October 20th.
Okay, I'll move to approve the minutes from the October 2021 meeting of the Lenox Board of Selectmen.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. That passes. I'm moving on to Citizens Open Forum. Is there anyone who would like to address the board? Come on up and give us your name and your address, please.
Please. Kerry Stein, 37 Bramble Lane in Lenox. First off, good evening, and thank you guys for everything that you do and also for this opportunity. And to that end, I'm here just to ask, I guess, why the town of Lenox has yet to send a letter to the Cannabis Control Commission regarding the Forest Wild application down on Route 20, Cork and Hearth, where part of it falls within the purview and town line of Lenox. And I just want to read something from the CCC that was sent. The town of Lenox has this on record. But I'm going to read directly from it, which is to say that the municipality has the ability to stop the process of nominating an application to the, sorry, I'm going to actually have to wear my glasses. Application to be heard for provisional licensure by notifying the commission that the applicant is not in compliance with local codes and ordinances, which they are not by our own bylaws. And so I guess twofold. One, it strikes me as a really bad precedent if we kind of selectively choose which bylaws we follow up on and which ones we don't. But also, I know it's a contentious issue, but this is a really simple out. They're not in compliance, and I know that this board or Lenox has said that if they were to open, we would issue a cease and desist. But it seems to me that for the cost of a postage stamp, we can avoid all sorts of litigation and time by at least informing the control board that they are not in compliance with our local town. And so, I mean, I do think it is a bigger picture. I think Lenox has done an amazing job of mirroring recreation and cultural activities, and that spot next to our Lenox Beach and in front of where Marival, which is, I would hope, become a good taxpayer, launch their kayaks and paddle boards. It's out of place, and here's an easy way to at least slow it down. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we're going to move on to general business. WLS Restaurant Concepts Incorporated, doing business as Arizona Pizza Company, is seeking an alteration of an annual all-alcohol restaurant license for property located at 395 Pittsfield Road. The clerk shall read the legal notice as it appeared in the newspaper, followed by a motion to open the public hearing. Attorney Jeff Lynch is here to answer any questions that we may have. We'll have a discussion, and then we'll move to close the public hearing. And then we'll look at approving or disapproving the alteration of the annual all-alcohol restaurant license for WLS Restaurant Concepts Incorporated, doing business as Arizona Pizza Company, for property located at 395 Pittsfield Road. And that will be the order of business.
Okay, so I'll read the public notice. Notice is hereby given that a hearing will be held by the Board of Selectmen in their capacity as licensing board on an application for the alteration of premises on an annual all-alcoholic restaurant license, which has been filed with a local licensing board by WLS Restaurant Concepts, Inc., doing business as Arizona Pizza Company, for premises located at 395 Pittsfield Road, Lenox, and consisting of a front dining room with 4 booths, 24 seats, rear dining with 2 sections and a combined seating of 66, and a front dining room bar with seating for 11. The outdoor dining area will be on the east side of the building with 9 tables and seating for 36 customers. An entrance and exit to the outdoor dining area will be on the east and west side of the outdoor dining area. An entrance and exit to the outdoor dining will be on the east and west side of the outdoor dining area for a total of 4,000 square feet. Applicant seeks to include the outdoor dining area in the description of the premises. The board will act on said application on Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021 at 6 p.m. in the Selectmen's Meeting Room, Town Hall Building, Lenox, Mass. Mary Beth Mitz, Chairman, Lenox Board of Selectmen. So with that said, I'll move to open the public hearing.
Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Jeff?
Okay. Thank you very much. Good evening. I'm Jeff Lynch. Address is 68 Main Street in Lenox. With me is Bill Stevens, who is the owner and manager of record for Arizona Pizza. I was here before you 2 weeks ago on the separate Lenox outdoor dining area permit, which was approved. This is the second part of that, which is the alteration of premises, which needs to be approved by this board and then by the ABCC, as it affects where liquor service can occur on the premises. So obviously we're mirroring the application that we presented last week, and if there is any follow-up questions or things that didn't occur to the board, I'd certainly be happy to entertain those questions for you.
I don't have anything.
I don't have any questions either. It's straightforward, great idea. I think we're going to be doing more of this as the time goes on, so good luck with it.
And once we hash out the way in which we're going to be dealing with outdoor premises, which we'll be continuing to discuss over the next month or so, we'll have a better sense of it. But clearly Arizona Pizza has been doing a very good job of handling its all alcohol restaurant license with the pandemic, and we look for good things in the future.
Well, thank you. I know it's been a benefit for the restaurant owner, and he appreciates the forward-looking that this board took in the town in general in allowing it and opening it up rather quickly during the pandemic. So thank you.
We thank the applicant because they've done a very good job at controlling their situation, so.
And if I'm not mistaken, this alteration will survive any subsequent regulations, right?
Yes.
So this doesn't fall into that category of what we'll be discussing over the next several months and on through town meeting. You're already compliant as of, I assume, a few moments from now. So.
Great. All right, I would entertain a
I'll make-
motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Great.
So I'll make a motion to approve the application of WLS Restaurant Concepts, Inc., doing business as Arizona Pizza Company, for an alteration of licensed premises dated October 13th, 2021.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank
No
you.
Good
problem.
luck, Bill.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right, next we have the Chamber. Jen Knox is here to discuss the upcoming Winterland events and request $5,500 to help defray costs due to the cancellation of Apple Squeeze. In addition, Jen will be presenting an offer to, or she'll be presenting input regarding outdoor dining.
Yeah, we might want to put a pin in that, though, since not everybody's here, all of
Sure.
us left. So I was only, that was when I spoke with Dave for our liaison meeting. He said that the last meeting, you guys put a hold on it so that I could chime in. So maybe we'll wait, I guess, on that. So anyway, I wanted to come in and talk about upcoming events for the rest of the year. We are in the midst of planning the Lenox Winterland. Last year, we did basically the holiday tree walk, which we put the trees all around town attached to lampposts. They were sponsored by a business, and they were decorated by an artist, a local artist. So that was very successful. I think we did 30 trees we ended up with. So this year, what we want to do, because of the snow plow and the difficulty in getting the trees erected, and also because we had a couple of some of the really, really well-decorated trees stolen. I'm not going to say stolen, I'm going to say taken so they could be admired at home. What I'd like to do this year, and I've spoken with both Bill Gopp from DPW and Darlene, is that what we'd like to do is sort of do a light up Lenox, and I'd like to decorate the sidewalk between the library and the chamber. That will lead to the big tree and whatever else we start to add. I think it'd be really beautiful as people come into town. And instead of putting the trees all around town, we'll have like 15 to 20 trees, same concept. But we got larger white trees. They'll be aligning the sidewalk. But I also want to do some canopies. I want to keep it in the same vein as what Night Woods and Nankeg is doing. It's sort of like, part of the whole, like, we're becoming very well known in this area for having, these great lighting displays over the holidays. So that's what we're working on. And the next thing for upcoming events is we have the Chamber Mixer, which is going to be Wednesday, November 17th at the Church Street Inn, Ophelia's. You'll all be receiving invitations. We would love to have you come. It's the first social thing that we've been able to have with the Chamber. So anyway, we would love to have you join us if you can. Updates. Our Explore Lenox app, we've just started, we've been doing analytics on it, and we are able to track people's usage. I'm very happy to report that since Labor Day, now this is even from last week when I did these numbers, 1,775 people have downloaded the app to date.
That's terrific.
That was in 2 months.
Wow.
This app, it's great. And now now that we have it set up, we have other people around town that want to do events and contribute to it. So tourists are loving this. The businesses are loving this. Everybody's really enjoying it. It's so easy to use, and it's just the coolest thing. So, Mary Beth, you did a great job in finding the company to do it, and I don't know, I'm just really, really happy it's something that we did, and, you know, it's doing
That's
so
very
well.
cool, very cool.
So now we get down to the meat and potatoes. So because we were unable to have apple squeeze, we are at a shortfall of $3,500. So we would have had about, I don't know, $6,000 or $7,000 worth of income. That doesn't even include the sponsorship that we lost out by canceling. Some of the sponsorship dollars went to the the student art show as for cost and for giving out scholarships for the people that participated in it, for the students that won. So anyway, we also had to do an additional printing of 3,500 guides because of our tourism being up this summer. We didn't expect that we were going to go through the first round of 12,000. So we did another 3,500, and that was in August to get us through the fall season, which has also been really great and very busy. And then I also did a promotion. What I've been doing is doing a promotion every quarter that focuses on a segment of the market. So for this quarter, we focused on retail since it's kicking off the holiday season, steeped in great shops. We did some print advertising. We redid the window. We did, I should have brought them, I'm sorry, shopping passports that show where all the shops are. It is also on our Explore Lenox app. So that was also a cost that I thought was going to be able to be covered by the income from Apple Squeeze. And then additionally, I'm asking for $2,000 to support Lenox Winterland, since this is something that we're expanding upon. And excuse me, yeah, and it's something that I'd like to build upon. You know, we're going to start with a section of the sidewalk this year, and then work, and each year, add on to it. So like at some point we'll have the Main Street, completely lit up, and it'll lead to Mr. Ketchin's ice skating rink that he's hoping to get really soon.
I'm developing a reputation here.
Yeah. So just making Lenox as inviting in December and January as it is any time of the year. I mean, for all of us that live here, we know that the down season is the best time here. Like, it's just great, So, so that is my ask. And I did discuss this again with David Broche, and he wanted me to come and present to the select board for approval.
Yeah, well, I do recall that when we canceled Apple Squeeze, we knew there would be a shortfall, that you would not get the sponsorship funds from the participants. There wouldn't be, the money coming into town with the vendors that usually occurs. And so, we were expecting this. So I believe that it's a very manageable cost, and I'm inclined to assist.
I agree. It wasn't the chamber's fault that it got canceled. It is what it is, and as long as and obviously the chamber's been doing their job. It's the proof is there. That for for the town with Tanglewood doing a half season basically.
Unbelievable.
I don't come out at night that much, but from what I understand, the restaurants are killing it at night. So.
Restaurants,
something's
the new
happening.
inns,
I don't know what's happening in different demographics, different age group. I don't know what it is, but it's working. So.
Well, the plan that we've had in place, we're starting to see it. That's what happens with marketing. 2 years, you set a strategic plan in place, and it just starts to. We really nailed it this year. So yeah. So I want to just keep going and riding on the momentum.
Yeah.
So.
I would agree with both of you. The Chamber's done a superb job, and I think it's reflected certainly in the attendance this year. And so for support reasons and increasing budget issues, I understand and would support that.
And Chris, would these funds possibly be available through ARPA with regard to the, unintended consequences, loss of funds?
Yeah, well, I don't know the answer right off the top of my head, but let's say to the extent that they were, the board would be inclined to use that as the source.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was my thought too.
Okay.
Look at that if we can.
All right. To the extent there. If not, we will do something else.
Find it.
Yeah.
Great. So you think that we can find it
Yes.
somewhere? Okay,
Yeah.
great. Super. Well, I would entertain a motion to come up with the $5,500 to help defray costs due to the cancellation of Apple Squeeze.
So moved, because it's not written.
All right.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
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 Terrific.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jen. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great, and it'll be good to hear from you about the outdoor dining stuff at a future meeting.
Right.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jeff.
See you soon. And finally, we're going to, the board needs to act on the town manager's contract. Chris Ketchen is now our full-time employee. I thought it was important that we make his contract whole because there are several very significant projects before us in the coming several years, not the least of which is, issuing bonds and trying to restabilize our financial status in the face of COVID and post-COVID, and just trying to figure out where we're going to be with the many projects that are coming online. So the board met in executive session to discuss this contract. We came up with some performance goals in some broad categories, budgetary and financial administration goals, personnel administration, public relations goals, interaction with the select board, employee and labor relations goals, staff development goals, and intergovernmental goals. We sat down with Chris and discussed these with him, and these are performance targets that we're going to be going after in the rest of this fiscal year. But we wanted to codify that in some performance goals, and then just make sure that his contract kept him at the rate that he's currently earning. And so I would entertain a motion, or we should discuss this, and I've got to say that I'm incredibly happy with Mr. Ketchen's performance. COVID-19 has not been easy for anyone, not the least of which a town manager who was supporting two towns and is now going to be supporting the town of Lenox and the various projects that we have pending. And he continues to work with every shared service agreement that we still have outstanding. He's working with the state and federal government as ARPA funds flow through the state and from the feds. And he's still trying to help us, right the ship and stay on the right path post-COVID. So I commend him for all of his tireless hard work. Nobody got a break during COVID, not the least of which were the department heads and Mr. Ketchen. So I want to thank you for all of that.
Yeah, hardly anything I could add to that. I mean, he's, I'm very happy that town manager's back in Lenox as town manager, and we reached an agreement on compensation and the goals. I know that for years Chris has really wanted us to give him more direction than we probably have, and I'll give you credit, Mary Beth. You were instrumental in writing up these goals, and it was a great job, and I think it's going to help Chris because, he knows what he has to do now. And I mean, I'm sure he'll do things above and beyond this, but he knows, where we're coming from and what we're thinking about. So,
I just wanted to give him a format for kicking the ball down the field.
And I agree. He's shown not only a substantial ability to handle the job in the past, but as we look ahead, I'm certain that he's got goals for the future that make good sense. And we're in good shape, funds-wise, morale-wise, I believe in town, and the opinions of the voters are high relative to his performances. So I'm with you on this. I only saw this today, so I gotta dig into it further, but it looks like a tour of duty that's going to prove really great for the town of Lenox.
Well, thank you for your support, because, you know, it takes everybody on this board to move things forward, and I want to thank you guys for, you know, being so supportive of Chris and, you know, everything that he's been going after. So I would entertain a motion to approve the town manager's contract.
Okay, so I'll move to approve the town manager's contract through fiscal year 2024 and further to approve the town manager's FY 2022 goals as presented.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great, thank you so much, and thank you, Chris. I mean,
Thank you.
I cannot thank you enough. It's such a pleasure to walk in here and know that no matter what's going on, you've got control over it.
Thank you. It's honoring and humbling, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. Now, I have one last thing, and it's supposed to be, where's that piece of paper? Here it is. Board of Selectmen liaison reports. I don't have a whole lot. I know that in regard to this Board of Selectmen liaison reports, I do know that I'm going to have a conflict next Wednesday with the regular meeting start time of 6 p.m. because the ZBA will be meeting at the same time for the Brushwood Farms project. And I would like to be there as the chairman of the Affordable Housing Trust and as the chairman of the Board of Selectmen, just to be there in support of that hearing. So I don't know what you gentlemen might like to consider, if we would move it to our meeting to 7 o'clock, or.
I think it's important you go to that, so, you know, I'll do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
That's fine.
Is there a conflict with one of the other hearings that night?
It's just ZBA. ZBA starts at 6 and we start at 6. They're both on the 17th, and
Okay.
their meeting's actually going to be at the community center.
But is there a Verizon hearing that's been noticed?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. There's also been a Verizon hearing noticed for 6 p.m. So what I might do is I might just recuse myself from the select board meeting that night, and you gentlemen can probably carry on because of that posting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it slipped my mind when we started talking about it,
Yeah,
but
that's okay.
yeah, I just remembered.
We'll work it out, but understood, you definitely should go to that other meeting. So.
Okay. I just
So-
wanted
We'll work it
to
out.
let everybody know.
And we will also likely be bringing the approval of the bonding that was authorized at town meeting that same night.
Great. That's fine.
Sorry.
It's okay.
We won't have the results until Monday, but, so I can't tell you what that'll be now, but
Mhm.
that would be presumably part of next Wednesday's meeting
Okay.
as well.
Actually, it's 2 Wednesdays from now.
Right.
I keep
Or
saying,
at
I keep
the-
saying next
the
Wednesday
next
too.
Wed-
Right,
the next Wednesday meeting, yeah.
Okay, great.
The 17th, right.
Okay, so we'll continue with the meeting because of that conflict with Verizon. So that'll all happen as it's supposed to, Wednesday, November 17th at 6 p.m. So anything?
No, I have nothing to add.
Okay, neither do I. Great, okay, well, thank you very much. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion, we adjourn.
All those in favor? Aye. Thank you so much.